Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another War Thunder First 10. This is a test drive. It is a Battle Pass vehicle. It is premium. It is low tier, and it is a flak bus, essentially. So, it is the Breda 9053. It's a 90mm cannon mounted on the back of a Breda truck. And all the platform and everything is folded down on it, so you can, traverse the thing. It doesn't have the greatest gun depression, but it does fire over the front of the cab, it looks like. At least a little bit, so that's good. I did use it in the test drive just to see how the gun handled and what kind of traverse and everything. Traverse is not very fast, but the gun itself is actually very powerful. It's a 4.0 battle rating vehicle, so yeah, 4.0 with a 90mm cannon with APBC or APHE, that's pretty good. It does also have a couple of versions of HE ammo, which we will get to in just a moment. But let's look at the stat card here. 7.7 degrees a second on the turret rotation speed. That's what I was talking about. It is not very fast. However, it is an anti-aircraft gun primarily. So you've got down 2 and up 85 on the gun. However, like I said, the traverse is not great. So how much it'll be useful for actually firing an aircraft, I don't know. Reload rate, 7.8 seconds. Not terrible. Not great. Pretty average for 4.0. Up to 33 miles an hour on the maximum speed, but it is a wheeled vehicle, so we'll see about that on most terrain. It's efficient at researching ranks 1 through 4, 426 on RP, 180% on Silver Lions. I am not going to use any boosters on this, so the results you see here are worst case scenario, what you would get as if you own this yourself. I still don't know for sure if you get the full benefit of a premium vehicle with a test drive. So if you don't, worst case, if you do the exact same as I do in this battle with a premium account and you own this, when you eventually get this vehicle, your results will be that much better. So you do get this for free at level 51 of the current battle pass. This is the free vehicle, so you don't have to buy the battle pass to get it. So there's that. And then to look at the modifications. So the ammunition, the stock ammo at flat armor does 132mm down to 92 at 2 kilometers, and the upgraded ammo does 145 down to 105. So this is the one you want to use. There is a regular HE round, and then there is a time detonation HE round. It's not proximity, unfortunately, but it's one of the ones where you range find something and then it sets the distance on this, and then you can elevate your gun slightly and fire over the top of something behind a barrier or at an aircraft. Not the most useful for aircraft because you're probably not going to see helicopters at this battle rating. And aircraft move if they're not helicopters. So maybe for a slow moving like B-17 or something like that, that level of bomber, the low tier British heavy bombers, might be useful for that. But again, you're going to have to range find the thing and then either have this loaded or fire your your current ammunition off and then reload one of these. So we'll see. I'm going to bring some of them, of course, because you may as well bring the one with the time detonation, or the time detonation as opposed to this one. Otherwise, I believe they're the same. Yeah. Well, slightly different. This one actually gets 1 more millimeter penetration at 10 meters and 0 flat armor angle. That's odd. Otherwise, it's the same. Anyway, yeah, I'm primarily going to bring this, and I'm definitely going to bring this. So the difference here is this one has slightly more explosive mass, and this one has slightly less explosive mass, but that extra... Maybe at 4.0 won't be that big of a deal, but at 4.0 you can see things like British Churchills, so I'm probably just going to bring the better pen. So there we go. Total ammunition, you get... There we go. Total ammunition, you get 30 rounds, so I'm probably just going to bring all of it, because it's not like this thing is going to be a survivable vehicle anyway. So, okay, take a look at the camos. You got your standard camo. We'll just move where we can see this a little better. There we go. Standard camo, gray-green camouflage for 130 kill points. It's not bad. Tricolor summer camouflage. Blots, 200 golden eagles. Yeah, that's a standard camo. Bicolor blots, 200 golden eagles. Bicolor desert blots, also 200 golden eagles. Boy, they really want you to buy these camos. And tricolor desert camouflage islands, also 200 golden eagles. And then winter spotted camouflage, 270 points. And there is a camouflage that will be given to you for free in the Battle Pass, so let's look at that real quick and see what that looks like. So there it is at level 51, there's your free vehicle, and then at level 54 you get bicolor desert camo. So there you have it. I obviously don't have access to this camo yet. I'm at level 1 in this Battle Pass because it only started a couple days ago. And yeah, there you go. That's it. Let's get started. Alright, here we go. One thing that I need to check that I forgot to look at is the reverse speed, because I don't think it's going to be great. And therefore that means that we're going to have a little bit of problem with creeping up backwards in this thing. Although you can fire over the top. It just doesn't have great gun depression, but at least it's not one of those vehicles where it's you have to fire, you know, from a 270 arc, excluding the front of it. So at least there's that. It's relatively quick. This is a decent map terrain-wise. We'll get up here, I'll flip it around and see what it's like moving in reverse. Oh, Gaijin, come on now. Now, again, here's that traverse speed. Traverse, not great. Reverse, let's find out. As I feared. Not exactly impressive reverse speed. Not surprising. They're on A. Yeah. Oh boy. -4 on the reverse. Not so great. Alright. Well, we ain't gonna get anywhere quick doing that, so. Anybody up there yet? Germany, Britain, France, and Sweden. Okay. Well, I hear one. There he is. Come on, gun. Oh, there's one there. More important target. Oh, that worked. Let's get out of here. Yeah, come on, move. Accelerate, Luigi. Fortunately, we do not have a breach. That's kind of unfortunate. I think we don't have elevation either, maybe? No, that might just be... That's probably... Yeah, that's the extent of our gun depression there. Alright, well... Only one of them capped, and he's still alive. So, we'll just... Oh, come on. Come on, boys, repair. We got another one over here. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Yo, we really need to reload faster, boys. Okay. That was close. I meant to hit reload there. Wanted to see how bad my reload is now, currently. Hello. Alright. See if we can find a target over here. Help the team take the A point back. They are taking it back at the moment. What have we got here? See if we can get on level ground up here and take a shot at this guy up here. Nope. Whoop! Yeah. 50 cal ain't our friend. Well then. Okay. Okay, battle 2. Let's See what kind of speed we get across the snow. Snow and hills does not bode well.
Excuse me.
Oh dear. Come on, boys. Oh my goodness. Alright, we got Germany, Russia, Britain, and China. Potentially we could find a good spot here. And just kind of mark up and be able to fire and then duck down the hill.
Sorry.
Would be nice. Or something like this here. Alright. Get that gun traverse, boys, because I think I just saw something go through there. Maybe not. Definitely something coming. Yep.
I agree.
Okay, good. Friendlies. Something else.
Attention
Oh,
to the
oh, oh, oh. Oh, hello. That'll work. I'll happily take that one out.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Happily. Won't get much better of a shot than that. Somebody comes up over the top of the hill, silhouetted against the sky, and then just stops there. Will not get a much better shot opportunity than that. Probably should move here. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. He's not quite exposed enough for a shot, but he's close. He's very close. Hello. Do a little range find quick since we're already here. 4 hundo. Ah, they're on A. There we go. Thought I saw him moving there. It's hard to tell. Uh-oh. Not good. Alright, well, luckily he only got the engine and 1 crew member, so I think we're mostly okay there. We're gonna need some repair time, and I bet the battery's gonna negatively affect our turret rotation here in a moment once we lose the rest of the battery. But actually, no, it doesn't look like it affected it at all, so that's good. It's slow enough to begin with. There is no coaxial machine gun on this thing, so you're completely main gun only. Yeah, we got a couple closing in here. Hear them. Well, I could before the airplane started going overhead. So, there we go. There's another one near him, though, I think.
Yeah, he's getting closer to victory. Reloading.
How we looking here? We're doing okay. Whoop. Oh, yeah. Are we getting hit from over here? Of course we are. Yep. Not surprising. Also not surprising that there was no engine noise from him whatsoever. 4 kills is okay.
Crew position.
Alright. Battle 3, what I would like to do is get to where I can watch this open area here. So that is the plan. Unfortunately, there isn't a good place to put Nomi where he can ride along and traverse with the gun, so he's just kind of watching forward. Alright, here we go. We're a bit exposed here, but it's early and there shouldn't be anybody yet. This is where I'm worried, somebody coming up behind that train car. Otherwise, we can see all the way down this road. We could actually see enemies crossing there in front of where that M24 is. Hey, somebody else has got it. I wonder if he's a CC. Not sure. Should I move up or should we hang back here and just be patient? It's tempting to go all in. Let's see. We're pretty far back here. So as I said, you can fire directly over the front of the vehicle. It's just not quite as good of depression. I think you get 2 degrees down depression when you're not looking directly over the front. Stop, stop, stop. Rotate, 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 boys, rotate. I don't think we're going to see anything there. Yep, we do. Actually, we do. Alright. Well. Our other guy still alive? He is. He's still alive, so. Alright, they are now on Alpha. Yep, okay. Retreat back to where we were. Well, actually, we'll go up here. If we can just get moving forward here. We've got a flat tire. Fantastic. Come on, come on. Reload, reload, reload faster, reload faster. If you're dumb enough to give me the shot, you better believe we're going to take it. We lost the driver and half of the right side crew. Boys, traverse. Oh, we lost the traverse ring. Fantastic. That is a hostile coming. And it's real close. Yeah, fix the traverse first, you dummies! They fixed the tire instead of the traverse. You maroons! Fix the gun traverse! I don't care about the tire! God, I wish you could prioritize what the crew repairs first.
Into your vehicle.
Alright, Battle 4, here we go. Plan here is to get up around this area and cover this sector, basically. See if we can make it. Yeah, so we do get a little bit of, yeah, it looks like it's probably 0 degrees of gun depression over the cab and then -2 outside of that. But at least you can fire forward. And if you can ever find a small hill to have the front of the cab down, you'll be even better. Even better off. Like right here, for instance, something like this. But with something like this, if you've got the time, it's best to position yourself basically with the gun working off the back of it, so if any enemies show up, you can just haul ass forward away from them. So basically pointing this way, and then if an enemy comes, you hit the gas, and as fast as is relatively possible with this thing, you scoot away from the enemies. Well, our entire team is up at A. That's unfortunate. We will watch this way from here first, and then go to Bravo. And Bravo! Please tell me you're not all stopping. Alright, they're all still moving. That's fine. Are there enemies at Charlie, or is all the enemy team also at Alpha? I don't see anybody. Alright, now our team all stopped. Come on, guys, you are our entire team. You have to go in and attack. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I hope he didn't see me, because he didn't. Come on, 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 come on. Another one very close. He's dead too? Yep, okay, good. Now, who took Bravo? Possibly this guy. Oh, cool. Boy, am I glad that went through. Yeah, I say we're getting machine gun from somewhere else here. Well, that's gonna be the end of this. That might be coming all the way from... Yeah, that was coming all the way from Charlie. Well, at least we're starting to take Alpha, finally. How unfortunate.
Into your vehicle.
So, here's battle number 5, and this is editing Orange, taking over the narration for the rest of the first 10. Which is probably for the best, because I wasn't entirely happy with that Lee there. So I recorded battles 1 through 4 on the 28th of October, and then I ran out of time to do it. I started a little late, so I picked it up and finished it on the 29th of October from Battle 5 all the way through Battle 10. And somehow overnight Windows changed my microphone away from my Yeti to just default input on my sound card, which has got nothing plugged into it. So of course I didn't look at that, and I didn't notice that no audio had recorded from my narration for battles 5 through 10. So you didn't miss anything in particular so far in Battle 5. I stopped to help this guy even though I was already slower from where I was intending to be at this point. And I was already not very pleased about being a wheeled vehicle on the snow. But I'd already been T-boned, knocked sideways by that M3 Lee, so I was like, what the hell, I'll fix this AB 41 or 43 or whatever the hell he was, and then we'll see if we can still get up to our spot we were trying to get to. Which is my normal spot there in between Bravo and Charlie on the hill. And I actually, slight spoiler, did actually make it, because we finally started making a little bit of speed here. Not really good speed, but enough. And unfortunately, I wish I could remember half the things I said or like reactions I had to things for the second 6 battles here, but legitimately, I don't. I'm gonna try to remember what happened in some of these battles, but I don't always put all that much attention into it because it's recording as I go. So I remember saying how agonizing this was and how we got stuck, and I was looking for enemies up at Bravo because they were taking it. So I picked up that guy right there, and right as I realized where he is, he's backed away. I got a little bit of a hit on him, but nothing really good, of course. And then you'll see him, he'll actually pop up slightly to the right again, but not quite good enough for me to see him in time to shoot him. And he just blended in really well with the trees and the rocks and stuff there. And, yeah. Never get a good shot at him. So I was trying to get a little further forward of where I am. See, there's his shot, and there he is, and he backs away before I can get the gun settled on him. Very unfortunate there. Anyway, I thought I heard something around here, so I'm just doing a quick double, triple check, looking for anybody up here anywhere. That is not an enemy, although I thought it was. There he is again. Don't have a good shot at him. Shot anyway. Got a, at best, a glancing blow, and that's it.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones. Armor piercing, loading.
And our friend, the student driver in the league, comes up and heads down there, so I figure, alright, I'm just going to move forward and see if I can get to the other position. As he promptly gets hit, so... Time to go! Let's look at these guys over at Charlie. They're dead. There's another one. We get reloaded in time to get a shot at him, and, yeah, no, not a good shot, anyway. I don't know how I killed that guy. I don't know. I might have seen him. I couldn't tell in the replay, honestly. If I could see him or if I just timed it and guessed. Legitimately, I don't know. Thought for sure this rock on the other side of me was a Stug 3 here, but, on the other side of this cut. But, it'll be... should be coming into view in a second. That rock right there, as I went by really quick, looked like a Stug or a Panzer IV in the shadows. It's obviously just a rock, but... that's why I'm reversing here slowly to get the gun around him to try and get a shot at him, but it wasn't anything. That is an issue. I don't think there's any way I can challenge that Crusader down the hill from me and actually beat him to shooting at me before... the gun depression on this essentially does not exist, and I'm pointed the wrong way up a hill to begin with. So, we'll try and move over here. And that's when I realized, this little dude here. And can I get the gun? Can I get the gun? Can I get the gun? Please, for the love of God, depress the gun. No, it ain't happening. Abandoned ship. Run away. Run away. Nope, we're hit. And now we're getting machine gunned by a Panzer IV. And, yeah, that's gonna be that. Or Panzer III, doesn't matter. Yeah, got a kill, though. So, you know, there's that.
Crew position.
So, for Battle 6, we have the worst lighting conditions I've ever seen in a daylight battle in War Thunder. The decisions that they make at Gaijin HQ are just, they are not understandable. This is the worst lighting I've seen outside of when they initially brought on night battles, and they had absolutely, completely no ambient light, no moon, no stars, absolutely pitch black night battles, and if you didn't have any night vision, you were just completely screwed. This is the next closest thing to that in a daylight battle, because you can't see anything against these backgrounds. It's like playing under the soot of a forest fire. It's just incomprehensible, the decisions they make. On the other hand, I've got a random squad mate with the other Breda, and we've got a halfway decent little flanking maneuver going on here for all the speed that I can possibly muster in this thing.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Allied forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
So that worked. Luckily, I could see him because of the dust trail coming up from his tracks, but that's the only reason I could see him at all.
The enemy is winning.
So here, I tried to test the, is it feasible to reverse into battle so your gun is facing forward with as much gun depression as possible, and you can then escape from danger by driving forward theory. And at negative 4 miles an hour, probably had a little bit to do with the fact that I was driving slightly uphill, but I don't know, it wasn't really worth it. Also, in a moment, my random squad mate is going to start marking a map with the squad indicator. There it is. And you'll notice that in this lighting, it was absolutely impossible to see where the enemy is that he's marking. Now, I'm looking at his mark, but still, you're going to see a PVKV come driving up, and it is absolutely impossible to see it until he detonates it, and it absolutely should and probably would have seen me and killed me. Luckily, it wasn't quite looking where I was yet, so big thanks to my squad mate for saving me there. And then in a moment, we're going to get stuck on this building here with the edge of the gun platform, and then I decided this whole reverse experiment is not worth it, and abandon the experiment, drive forward, and just go watch the machine gunning coming out of their spawn and make a push on A with my squad mate.
Strategic zones are captured.
So I was hoping I'd be able to maybe see one or two of the machine guns going on over here, coming out of their spawn, AAA type things. And, no, not really. So there's a mark over there. Turns out it was knocked out. So I start moving up to give my squad mate some support, and right about then is when I get strafed out by an F6F, because, of course. So then we get to try it again on the same exact map again. Just from the other side and with better lighting, so at least there's better lighting. Although they did add in snow as compensation to make it more difficult. But I at least will be able to see enemies there, so it's a net gain for Battle 7. So, here we go.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Allied forces have captured a zone.
So as you can see, the mobility is okay, but it certainly is not world-beating, and it did take a bit of time to get up to where I'm trying to get here, although I did eventually make it. And there wasn't a whole lot going on early on. Just trying to catch anybody moving through the B point here, and yeah, a whole lot of no enemies visible at all. Just nothing doing. Just all quiet on the eastern front here, the southeastern front. There's not a single thing in view. I couldn't believe it. There's not a single enemy in view, in sight, in view at all. Just a couple friendlies, although we don't hold the point. It was a little bizarre-ish. Nobody shooting, nothing. They're apparently just all northwest of the caps.
The enemy is winning.
So after a minute, I'm thinking, well, let's move forward here and see if we can actually find anything to shoot at. So we've got M24s up here blasting away, but they're not scouting anything. And they're not hitting anything either, so I'm not really sure what is up there. So essentially, I think, let's cut over here to the right and see if we can find something. And then I hear an enemy up here. I'm just waiting for him to crest this hill, but of course he never does.
The Allied forces have captured a zone.
Roger that. Advancing.
Right now, I'm just waiting for the gun to traverse over so that when I drive around the corner of the house, I'm not waiting for the gun with an enemy in my face. So we kind of waited, and I hear something coming up, and there it is. Oh, it's a stir meal. Let's get the gun on him. We've got him dead to rights. Oh, guess what? The gun can't depress. Just amazing. Also, check out this ammo detonation. Uh-huh.
Into your vehicle.
Now this battle, for Battle 8, I decided I would try something different. And then I tried to back off and let these guys go around me, and then these two KV-2s sandwiched me and dragged me along between them, and neither of them ever stops driving forward. So the idea I was hoping for was to get up to the bridge there, and then go across and get up into the high ground and park this thing tilted downwards on a hill, so I had actual gun depression, and could bring the 90mm gun to bear on side profile targets, but with a slight delay, I was able to escape and get over here. And we actually almost got moving fairly quickly, and then watch this business right here. Yeah, that little side scrape of the metal gun platform broke the column and stopped the entire vehicle. Because gravity? Drag? Friction? I don't know. Anyway, as we move forward here, we actually start building up a tiny little bit of speed across this road and this bridge, and it was quite delightful, actually, to be moving somewhere fairly quickly.
Quicker.
Wasn't really worth waiting there, so we just kept pressing. I want to get up by the fuel tank farm here, essentially. It's a pretty good place to stop and get some shots off towards B, and then also have a little bit of cover to duck behind.
We no longer have the advantage. The enemy's getting
So the enemy took B, I couldn't stop them there. And right as I'm getting up here, there is an enemy tank coming, and so I duck behind these fuel tanks right here, come to a stop with the gun pointing where he's about to come from, and hope against hope that he didn't see me or hear me. And you can probably guess how well that worked out.
attention to the map.
If he had not seen me or heard me, I probably would have had a pretty good ambush on him. As it was, it'll be painfully obvious in a moment that he did in fact either see or hear me, or both. See if you can figure out when I knew for sure that he knew I was here.
Artillery barrage on its way.
Did you figure it out yet?
Have captured a zone.
Yeah, that's when I figured, alright, well I can't just sit here and endure an artillery barrage, so gotta go after him. And negative 4 miles an hour in reverse again, here we go. And he's got the advantage because he can come out from either side, but I could actually see his track here. So somehow I got the advantage. And he decided to give me the part of his upper front plate, so I was happy to take it. and then get the hell out of the artillery barrage area, so I did. So then I decided maybe let's try our original plan here. That was the only guy coming. Let's see if we can get over here by these fuel tanks and help out Bravo a little bit. And then I get strafed out and lose my gunner and decide, okay, well, I can't sit up here in the open. We got to get to low ground. And then we start getting machine gunned by a tank. So my gunner is switching out, I have no breach, and I've lost all of my crew members except for 2. So let's get the hell behind some kind of cover. And start the repair process with 1 driver and 1 gunner. So I stop here, and then wouldn't you know it, beautiful target, Dicker Max just sitting there, and it's a 50-plus second repair. With an enemy in a tank and an enemy in an airplane who both have a rough idea where I am. Oh, it's just glorious! Although, our team is dying, and it's not from the Dicker Max. So I'm figuring at any moment here this battle's about to end because this guy who shot me up with the machine guns from his tank is surely about to come around this corner and just finish me off with a couple short little bursts of his machine gun. And then, miraculously, we're almost done with the repair. Almost. And there he goes by, completely oblivious. Now, I don't know if this is the guy who machine gunned me or not. But gift horse mouth, I don't think so. Now we gotta worry about our reload with only 2 crew members. And as I'm trying to track the gun back around, name hider. So now there's an enemy marked over here, a heavy tank, and for the life of me, I cannot see him, even though it's supposed to be right down this road, directly in my line of sight, but I don't know where it ever actually was. It's a heavy tank, so it shouldn't be hiding behind the Dicker Max wreck. I don't know. I never did see it. And then that's that.
Your vehicle.
So for Battle 9, I decided, what the hell, let's try the original plan we had on this map and assume and hope we're not going to get run into by any teammates, like the Broom Bear got run into by the M24. I did actually make it successfully through here and basically actually got up to the point I wanted to get to. It's amazing.
Quick up.
So like I said, we actually made it up here. And relatively decent climb performance for a wheeled vehicle. I'll take this as an actual climb. still pretty brutal to drive at this pace, but at least it didn't stop and stall out. And then I sighted some tanks over at Charlie, so we stopped, we got the gun swung over, and we got ready to shoot at them. So there's one. There was another one in front of him that I couldn't see at first, and Luigi didn't see that rock there, so while we figured out what was going on there, we start driving forward, and Luigi didn't see the giant tree either. And then there is the M10. I'm not sure if the M10 was the first thing or not, but I was happy to shoot him. And you'll see why I wasn't sure in a moment, because there's actually something else in Charlie. So now I set up to Overwatch Bravo, and wouldn't you know it, no enemies come up to Bravo for like what feels like an eternity. I don't think it was really that long, but it felt like forever. They're just not coming up at all. So, here's the other guy at Charlie. He's down. So now I'm in between watching Charlie and watching Bravo, and unfortunately the gun traverse is not exactly the kind of thing you want to be having to swing 180 degrees between targets. So I could hear something down low here, and had the gun depression when you're back down a hill like this is actually fairly serviceable. This isn't a bad spot, so I couldn't tell if it was on either side of the rock directly to my right here, because there's something coming down one or the other lane. I couldn't tell which it was. I could hear the engine, but I couldn't tell well enough which way it was going.
Most of the zones are under control.
And then I'm looking and I see that we've got two guys inside the cut over towards Alpha, so I'm like, well, the guys at B are pretty well covered. And now I can hear an engine getting real close to me out lower right. There's definitely something coming up and going through right in front of me here. And there it goes. It just snuck through where I couldn't see it. And I can't get my gun turned around to get gun depression to fire at him. I can't see it through the trees, and it gets behind the rocks. Too bad there's no gun crews for these field guns right here, because they surely would have seen it and destroyed it. So now there's a tank in between me and my teammates at Bravo, and none of them are paying attention to the map marks I'm making to warn them that it's right there. And sadly, it doesn't come out where I can get a shot at it. So there's a PVKV there, and he will notice the enemy tank shortly, but I don't think he noticed it because of my mark. He did at least put some fire onto it to mark it on the map, so that's nice, but I still don't think that the rest of our team at B saw it. Finally decided to knock a tree down, so at least I would have some visibility on anything else going through there, and possibly him as well. So something was marked at Charlie. I look over there, I see my friendly, I don't see any enemies. Go back to trying to find this guy at Bravo. PVKV's dead. Rest of the team is still blissfully unaware at Bravo. Well, the two guys that are at Bravo. He's marked again, and the team again just seems completely Completely oblivious to this dude sitting at Bravo. I'm waiting for him to go assault Bravo so I can at least shoot him. And he just never does. And now guys have arrived at Bravo, or Charlie, to come after our one guy at Charlie. And I'm stuck with my gun pointed the wrong way. And I'm also up a hill. So my gun elevation, or depression rather, is going to be very poor. So I'm also stuck between a rock and a gun emplacement. So I got to try and Austin Powers my way out of this one. And a third tank now shows up. This is lovely. Unfortunately, I shoot him just after he kills our teammate down at Charlie. Luckily, our teammate at Charlie had taken care of the rest of the tanks there. Well, except for that one, but I was able to finish that one off. So they actually don't take Charlie away from us, amazingly enough. Well, they decap Charlie, but they don't start actually taking it over for themselves, is what I mean by they don't take it from us. Back to search for the Sherman, and I assume he was destroyed in the background there while I was dealing with all this rush on Charlie, because guys are driving right through where he was. And I'm going to decide, well, I probably best go take Charlie over because I'm the only thing over here, really. These other two guys aren't moving. And we've got a pretty good presence at Bravo, so Bravo probably doesn't need any more defense. So try to drive around the tank traps here and run right into an enemy tank. And when I hit the brakes, my truck spins out and turns my gun completely the wrong direction. Please, for the love of God, Luigi, turn that gun so we can get a shot at him before he makes it into the capture point and hides from us. And we actually did. We got him. And I do believe that's an ace battle. Now we're going to try and capture the point back, because the ticket bleed is pretty much in our favor, but if we lose Bravo, we're in a lot of trouble. Or if they take me out and take Charlie, they're going to recapture, re-get tickets back real fast, because we have nobody over at A or C, really. This poor guy is trapped in the rocks, and I was just like, dude, I'm sorry. This thing is so slow across this terrain and so naked, exposed crew, I am not going to come over there and try and pull you out of the rocks. I'm really sorry. But also, there's a teammate up there who should come pull you out of there, and he just never does.
Attention to the map.
Relax.
Look at that. A nice, fat, juicy target. Didn't get the kill. I thought for sure he was going to get away from me, and then he didn't know where he got hit from, so he kept driving forward, and I was able to get a follow-up. And a nice little 6th kill there. I was quite pleased with that.
Armor piercing, loaded.
Good kill up there. Now I'm looking at the ticket bleed and thinking, should I go back and help that guy? And realizing, like, if anything comes out of their spawn, it's going to come in this little spot I'm looking at right here and right here. So while I feel bad for not going back and helping that guy, I think all that would happen is I would let an enemy out of their spawn down into Charlie while I go and try to be a good teammate by helping that guy who's stuck. Also, the ticket bleed gets so low that he really should have just J'd out by this point anyway. It's unfortunate, but what can you do? I decided to stay up here in my not exactly fast across the snow vehicle and just defend.
And victory will be ours.
Right on. Roger. Advancing. Right on. Roger that. Advancing.
So they start taking the Bravo point, and I decided, well, I better get back up to my Overwatch point where I can watch both Bravo and Charlie if they're going to take Charlie away. And by the time I get up there, basically the battle ends as I'm climbing up the hill, so... A survived battle with 6 kills and a capture. Not terrible. Thought maybe I'd have a chance, but the guy who decapped B just decapped it and ran right out of there, so I probably never would have seen him to shoot anyway. And it doesn't matter, as we got up to the top, and there we are. So like I said, a 6-kill battle with a capture and survived. First place. Every battle in this thing should basically be a 6-kill battle. Not bad. So for Battle 10, I decided let's go watch up the 7 road. This gun is pretty good, and good high velocity shells, good pen, good explosive power. I ought to be able to deal with most of the enemies that are come charging down the 7 road. And also, if I back out and have the back end of the vehicle exposed, I can, again, get away from trouble really quickly by driving forward. So that was the whole thinking. And there we are. Back into position, get the gun swung around. Eventually. Get a quick range measurement so I can sight my gun in so I don't have to guess so much on the first shot here. And then nobody comes down the 7 road at all. Basically, they just barely started capturing the B point. And our team goes charging past and actually rushes B up the 7 road before any enemies ever show themselves. Because basically, they never show themselves over here. There is action in this battle, but unfortunately it doesn't happen waiting back here on the 7 road. But I promise you, action does develop and it turns pretty decent, in my opinion. You just gotta wait through a little bit of staring down the 7 road, unfortunately. So at this point, I figure we may as well just head up the road, just see what we can do up there, because clearly no enemies are coming around here, because our team is already at B. So, with no score whatsoever, I figure, yep, time to displace. Displace, head up the 7 road, and either join the assault on Bravo, or at least give them some flanking cover. So let's see what kind of speed we can get here. speed actually wasn't too bad. Now, we've taken Bravo, so I'm going to try and just drive right past it. Give the Su-85 a little bit of cover here. I did not like the sound of that. That was very scary. Turned out it was friendly, but still. Got into position for an enemy that I thought I could hear coming, and it turns out they were, in a way, on their way down this road, just nowhere near far enough to where I was going to get a shot at him, sadly.
Roger, let's go. Advancing.
And that was that. So I do remember one thing that I discovered during this battle and commented on during this battle, and that's coming right up right here. One thing that this vehicle will be very good at, and it's a very specific circumstance, is right here on this map. The gun can see over the top of these tipped over streetcar trolley cars. So the gun can look over above and you can shoot, and the main bit of the truck is actually fairly hidden. You're still, you know, exposed to machine gun and artillery and strafing, but at least they can't hit you with an HE round and just hit the frame of your truck and destroy it. And an enemy peeked around the corner as well, so after that I decided we should get out of there and go help the guys at A, because there's lots of enemies being marked at A, so we're heading down to A. Along with the fact that you can basically slightly depress the gun, at least level over the cab of the truck, so I figure worst case, if I can shoot at somebody over the front, I will, and if not, I'll just turn sideways real hard.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
So unfortunately, I aimed just a wee bit low on the M6A1, but with a I think he was repairing because he never looked at me.
Target destroyed.
And then it was on to hunt down the German KV-2 up there, who also I had just barely missed getting a shot on because I thought, that M6A1 looks like it's alive, let me shoot it. There he is, and good night.
Target destroyed.
This is where the action picks up a little in case you were unsure.
Armor piercing. Loaded.
So there's a teammate right there, as you can see, but I spotted this guy first. Couldn't quite get a good shot at him. Couldn't tell if he saw me or not. And then he starts shooting the teammate, which is an SC-152, and I'm able to get a good shot into him and take him out.
Target destroyed.
And then I look over and see the SU-152 and realize, oh, he's actually, he doesn't have parts. That's why he has that icon. So I'm going to try and help him repair very slowly. And then he turned off his repair right as I got to him. And I was about to leave, and then he turns it back on, so then I actually held to help him repair. Which was quite a long repair. And unfortunately, I should have turned around and pulled into him so that my gun was farther out in the open, towards where the enemies were going to come from. But luckily, while I wasn't able to kill this guy, I was actually able to track him, which meant he wasn't able to get where he could see either myself or the 152.
Piercing loaded.
Although he could see that T-34 or T-50.
Target covered.
But then he gave me a nice little shot on his upper plate, so I took it.
Armor piercing. Rocket.
That bomb was scary, and also there's an enemy on the other side of the building from us here. So I'm backing up to take out this guy coming around the corner here. I can hear him coming. I'm ready. I start taking hits. I managed to take him out, and then the SU-152 just, I don't know, doesn't shoot for some reason. and gets destroyed. And that was that. But still, 6 kills in the final. That was fine. Like I said, that's how every battle should go. 6 kills with this thing, so... Assuming the terrain doesn't stop you. So, for final thoughts, I was 99% sure I would not finish the final thoughts before I got back to the battle, and I was right, but I'll sum it up real quickly here and just say, the gun is great, the traverse is not great, the forward depression is not great, the back depression is alright, and don't count on your reverse speed, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's a great vehicle, and it's a premium, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.